Oh boy, this could be the last map. We don't know how this is going to play out, but guys, it is currently 4-2 in the favor of Axiom over Acer. Currently 1 win away from victory, spawning in the top right corner of the map. Can he get that 3-win streak and seal the deal? It is Axiom's Alicia.
The bottom right, as the red Terran, it is Acer's Innovation.
So I want to clear this up because there's some confusion earlier. Alicia has a girl's name for an account, but if I recall, isn't the story like this was one of his ex-girlfriends or something? And he just stuck with a name?
I've never heard that story.
Is it? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a completely different player. I was under the assumption that Alicia had named this account like after a girlfriend or something, and then like he just kept it this whole time. I don't know. Regardless of what it is, Alicia is a guy, and I want to clear that up because some people thought there was like some girl-on-girl action earlier with Scarlet versus Alicia, but no, that's sadly not the case.
I'm looking this up.
Okay, well, while you Google that stuff, one of the things going on here for this map more than anything else is, you know, yeah, it's TVP once again. This is not an easy thing for a Terran player to deal with. This is not a map though that is so blink heavily all-in, so to speak. But I think Innovation's got a pretty good chance here. His TVP, I would say, is definitely in a spot that's much, I think, more successful than say MMA's. Again, not to say MMA has any bad TVP, but we just haven't seen that really been his strong suit. And Innovation has had some pretty decent results in recent days, and we'll see how he comes up against Alicia. But, you know, outside of the actual races for a moment, guys, just going back to these players, these are two very top-notch players when it comes to StarCraft 2. And what is this pylon? What is this pylon?
That is just there because reasons.
Because reasons sounds about right. Same reason they're nerfing warriors in World of Warcraft.
I guess it will never be scouted, apparently.
Well, I mean, you're not incorrect because he'll go everywhere else. What do you do? Do you proxy Stargate here? Is that the plan? Like, what's... you need another gas?
So funny. Oh, that would be so cool.
I mean, it would be closer to every base, technically, but not by much.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, Knowledge Bomb's ID comes from a game called Dungeon Fighter. His character had a unique item called Alicia's Tears.
Oh, Dungeon Fighter Online! Okay, I'm thinking of a different player for sure then. Dungeon Fighter Online, I love that game! And it's gonna be Proxy Stargate.
Wow, okay. Also... you go ahead first.
No, I said continue, so you continue.
Okay, fine. So also, as the Zealot gets chipped away at, that sucks for the Zealot, he actually like just lost out on actually being on Slayers, and Jessica was actually the one that said that he had potential and like brought him on after he lost in the first round of the recruitment tournament. Did not know that. And look where he is now.
That's kind of neat. I know, dude. DFO is my jam, and I think it's the mage that gets the for Alicia the thing. I played a gunslinger because I'm cool like that, but that's beside the point. Man, I didn't realize that was from Dungeon Fighter though. So like super cool nerd points go out to Alicia. I don't know who I'm thinking about that had the whole girlfriend name thing. So maybe I'd heard a rumor that was false.
Rainbow? I don't know. Anyways, important things are happening. First of all, he scouts it.
Yeah.
But really, he had already scouted it by getting in the main and seeing that there wasn't a nexus.
Yeah.
He was like, what's going on? Through an engineering bay, has an emergency missile turret, and now he knows for certain what it is.
Well, there's a bunker down, so the stalker can't walk past us, but it's not really the stalker that's going to be the problem. It's going to be that Oracle. Now, there's a problem with this, actually, guys, because there's a turret already down. There's more than enough Marines to deal with this. I think that the natural's the only exposed part, but there's nothing here for him to pick off. There's but an SCV.
So far, really nice defense from Innovation. Oh, that's not working out.
Yeah, this was a weird, cool move out of Alicia, but I don't know, Proxy Oracle versus a player like Innovation just seemed a bit silly from the get-go.
Well, it's important to note that he's not going for like an all-in map after this, right? Like something really super cheesy. He went for a Nexus right after it was scouted.
Well, at the moment, he's pretty well set for defenses. I mean, there's not going to be further attacks. The Reaper does get picked off on the other side of the field finally, but, I mean... Innovation already got a lot of scouting information out of this. I think he even saw the robo before it died. Yeah. So he saw the robo coming down. He knows what the transition is going to be. Double forges again out of Alicia. This is... it's kind of frustrating because you got to consider he'll actually get away with this for quite some time. Mostly due to the fact that Innovation can't push up that ramp. A force field will keep Marines out. and there's not going to be anything to really shut this down. It's really difficult to like punish a Protoss player who goes for double forges in the first place. But one of the best ways to do that's with like an actual game-ending attack, because they're going to be putting a lot of money, a lot of resources, and importantly, a lot of chronos into each of these forges.
Yeah. What usually happens that when medevacs come out, one of them gets sniped. You know, hopefully for the Terran player, they get to snipe at least one of those upgrades. And yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I feel like it's been for a while, even before they got super safe with a militia core, that, you know, double forge or them being ahead in upgrades due to chrono boost was just always kind of a given, because you never get double upgrades, you know, immediately, unlike TVZ and TVP.
I like, by the way, so I had that misinformation about Alicia's name, and I like all the other misinformation that's not being released in chat. Like someone says, Alicia is actually a way of pronouncing Ali Shah, who was his landlord during a stint in Germany.
Wow. Elaborate.
I love this. I love this. There's some other ones in there. I'm not going to read them all up, but you guys rock. Thank you for helping me look like less of an idiot. Mostly a buffoon. But okay, so we talk about these double forges for a moment here. We got the Robo Bay on the way. Alicia, if this was like, say, a different map, like let's God forbid this is like Yansu or something, how the map pull at this point. This is something that maybe Innovation tries to deal with a little bit better by forcing a bit of pressure, but unfortunately, without medevacs, there's no way to really connect to the natural. He's got no way to push up this ramp. Again, 1 sentry will keep an entire army at bay, and it looks like the middle of the map will actually be cleaned up. Now, what I do like is we've got almost the Huck-esque crazy random pylon on the map too. This has always been used to a great extent from good Protoss players who just want to get zealots behind your opponent's lines, and you know, there's no bunker here anymore. And a couple zealots walking and marching forward into the production line are not easy to deal with. We saw that kind of happen against MMA. Oh, Oracle, what are you doing?
Chilling.
You want to kill the supply depot real bad. Real bad.
Well, he didn't want it to fly into the missile turret, so he had to hold position, you know, Banshee. That's exactly what happens with Banshees. His attack, again, has to go up a ramp, so it's kind of not going to do anything. He's going to have to wait for medevacs, definitely, to even have high ground vision, but probably just to lift on to the high ground. But by then, a Colossus will be out.
Yeah, I mean, defending 2 different locations is not going to be easy, but actually... Oh no, Alicia never made a mothership core.
Oh, wow.
There's no photon overcharge available. Skipped right past it in order to get the blink tech out sooner, get the double forges going. This is, again, part of that whole cost. And you know what? I said he'd be able to defend 2 locations, because like, this whole time I was under the assumption he had made a mothership core.
Is he not going to make one? I mean, he has enough gas and minerals to make one, but he just...
I feel like it's almost too late at this point, right? Like, the army's already here. Like, what? You're going to build a mothership core that's going to have 50 energy.
Well, I mean, you're gonna need eventually. If oh wow!
Oh, that stalker! It just finished warping in too. That helps make up. That helps make up for that a lot.
It really does. It's still worrying though, because Innovation still has enough to fit into 2 medevacs, and without a militia core, it is so difficult to take care of 2 positions.
That stalker is confirmed a hero. I can't. It's 1, not 2, because I don't even. Alright, well, look at him push up the ramp here. Again, he's got to worry about this Colossus. It is quite scary to look at. And while it does not have extended thermal lines just yet, it's still got a lot of splash damage. Now, oh, there we go. I was going to say, I hope he doesn't forget the extended thermal lines. Just now starting it up, though. Still insisting on going without a mothership core. I can understand skipping the mothership core early, because that's a lot of gas you have to devote to something. But, you know, it takes away from planetary, sorry, the photon overcharge, not the planetary nexus. The photon overcharge, there's no time warps. Like, there's so much benefit that comes from that mothership core. I just can't really find a reason not to go for it, you know?
Yeah, he's actually trying to end the game here, but that's not gonna work. The force hold is good. The second Colossus.
Oh, that one medevac.
Out.
Oh.
That was overzealous by Innovation.
Well, not really. There's only about 4 of them.
What?
Zealots. It's a joke.
Very, very funny. Like overzealots. Okay.
This is where I need to put the Hades gift back on the overlay. Anyways, the double upgrades coming up for Alicia are actually a little bit more scary than his army itself. Coming up on 2-2 in a moment's time, it's going to make these Colossus even stronger. But more importantly, it'll make the Blink Stalkers be able to pick off the Vikings a lot quicker. You're not going to see air upgrades. You're not going to see vehicle upgrades. Not anytime soon, at least, for a Terran player. Typically, it's going to be the weapon upgrades for mech, and that's about it. So these Vikings are going to go down so quickly.
Woman, please get a militia core. Thank you. There you go.
There you go, yeah.
Like, what is missing? What is missing? So now it's kind of funny. He gets one at a time where like you're not really wholly depending on it. You know, those medevac timings are really where you really need the cannon
right?
to help you out.
It's almost awkward to get it now, but on the other hand, it's the recall, right? It's the potential
Recall and time warp.
Yeah, exactly.
Both are very good.
One of the biggest things too is like when you do time warp, guys, it keeps the bio far enough back. The Blink Stalkers can back up and cover the Colossus a lot more safer without being worried about being picked off. Because a lot of the time, the way these engagements start out for Terran versus Protoss is the Vikings will try and dive in and pick off the Colossus, and if storms aren't available, Blink Stalkers will move right under them and focus firing them down. That being said, the Blink Stalkers usually blink within range of Marauders and themselves get a bit wrecked. So there are a lot of dynamics to the way this fight's going to go down, and it's all going to happen in a matter of seconds. So these positions are going to be key, and the Mothership Core with Time Warp is going to be absolutely necessary, but this third base kind of, I think it's going to need to be cancelled. He try and let it complete, I guess, but it just feels like a waste of points and minerals.
Yeah, definitely canceled. Definitely
probes!
canceled.
Probes! Yeah, you could pull a Terran and just pull some probes into the fight here too, probably wouldn't be too bad. But the Colossus, yeah, the Colossus don't get that free funnel that they normally get. They get focused down by the Marauders before the Vikings even get involved with the fight. A small mistake out of Alicia is going to cost him greatly.
He has one more force field that he's warping in right now to try and stop the Marauders from getting up, but it's not going to work out.
Time warp goes down. I almost think an overcharge might have been better in this scenario because what are you time warping for, right? Like this, the fight's going to be outside of the time warp. The Colossus does spawn, and there's only 2 Vikings left, so it's not going to go down super quickly. But the Bioforce on the ground still has yet to be stopped. More charge lots rushing into the fight, but the Colossus does get focused down by those Marauders, and now it's a couple Blink Stalkers and landed Vikings are going to actually kill these if the Marauders don't. This is looking pretty bad for Alicia. This is like, why didn't you make a Mothership Core earlier, bro? Like. All right, well, Innovation will turn this around for Acer. Put them back in the running. Alicia's win streak will end there, and Innovation will make the score now 4-3 instead of 4-2.